All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving into something huge, the idea that you can literally reprogram your own brain. We're talking about building an identity that is just hardwired for success, completely on autopilot.
You know that feeling, right? You've got a goal, you know exactly what you should be doing, but something inside you just hits the brakes. You procrastinate, you start second-guessing everything, you just get stuck. Sound familiar?
Well, here's the big breakthrough. You are not broken. You're not the problem. You're just running on an old operating system, one that was basically programmed back when you were a little kid. But you know what? Like any software, it can be updated.
To even start that update, we first have to meet the team that's running the show up there in your head. And spoiler alert, it is not a one-person show.
That's right. You don't just have one brain. You actually have three different parts, and they all have their own agendas, their own motivations, and they're all fighting to be the boss. So let's break down this little internal team of yours. First up, we've got the reptilian brain. Let's call it the Hulk. Its only job is your survival. Fight, flight, or freeze. When it gets stressed, it just smashes first and maybe asks questions later. Then there's the limbic brain, your emotional autopilot. This thing runs on pure habit and old programs. It's just trying to find pleasure and avoid pain based on rules it learned ages ago. And finally, there's the neocortex, our inner Einstein. This is the genius part. It's logical, creative, it has vision. The only problem? It is so slow compared to the other two.
And this right here? This is why you will walk up to a glass door and confidently push it when it clearly, in big letters, says pull. We've all done it. Your emotional autopilot, your limbic brain, just acts on the habit of pushing doors before your slow, logical Einstein can even read the word. The fast, reactive brains win almost every time by default.
So the big question is, how do we get Einstein into the driver's seat? How do we get the Hulk and the autopilot to be willing, helpful co-pilots instead of fighting for the wheel? Well, we do it by building what's called a winning identity. This is the ultimate system upgrade for your brain. Now, a winning identity is not about faking it till you make it. It's so much deeper than that. It's about consciously and deliberately deciding who you need to become to reach your goals. It's like creating an internal blueprint that gets all three of your brains on the same page. So success starts to feel less like a struggle and more like, well, just you being you. And this quote just nails it. It captures the entire mindset shift. This is the exact principle that helps elite athletes and Olympic medalists break through their performance ceilings. They stop focusing only on what they're doing and start transforming who they are. They build the identity of a champion from the inside out. So how do you actually install this new identity? Well, this whole methodology follows a really clear three-phase path. Phase 1 is all about building that new identity from the ground up. Phase 2 is about using a super powerful tool called depolarization to clear out all the old junk, the fears, the limitations. And Phase 3 uses techniques like auto-hypnosis to lock in all those new changes and make them totally automatic. But before you can build who you want to be, you've got to know what truly drives you. You need to know what you're building on. You need to find your core values. Just think of your values as the destination you plug into your brain's GPS. When your daily actions are aligned with that destination, you feel it. You're inspired, you're energized, you're in the flow. But when your actions go against your values, that's when you hit that internal traffic jam of procrastination and self-sabotage. So how do you find them? Well, this method is actually kind of brilliant. You just analyze where your resources, your time, your energy, and your money actually go. Not where you think they go or where you say they go. You look for the patterns, the recurring themes in your answers. And those themes, they don't lie. They show you exactly what you value most, giving you the authentic blueprint for your winning identity. Okay, so once you have your blueprint, it's demolition time. It's time to tear down the old structures that are getting in your way. The fears, the limiting beliefs, the memories of past failures. And this is where depolarization comes into play. Depolarization is an incredibly powerful self-coaching technique. It's designed specifically to take the emotional sting out of negative memories and fears.
It doesn't erase your past, but it completely neutralizes its power over your present. This is what frees you from that crippling fear of what other people think and that paralyzing fear of failure.
And the result is a total mindset shift. I mean, you go from being terrified of failing to seeing every single outcome as either a win or a lesson. You stop letting other people's opinions dictate your self-worth. You just become present, powerful, and free to perform at your best. And listen, this isn't just positive thinking mumbo-jumbo. This is applied neuroscience. Simple techniques like controlled breathing can physically shift your brainwaves from that high-stress beta state, where the Hulk is in charge, down into a calm, focused alpha state. And that alpha state, that is the optimal frequency for learning, for focus, and for reprogramming your subconscious mind with new software.
So there it is. That's the formula, right? Get your three brains working together as a team, build a new identity based on your true values, and then use powerful tools to clear out all that mental baggage. That is the path to becoming truly unstoppable. So let's just recap the whole thing real quick. You've got a survivor, an emotional reactor, and a genius all living in your head. A winning identity is the mission that unites them and gets them on the same team. Your personal values? That's the playbook for the team. And depolarization is the elite mental training that removes the fear and builds unstoppable resilience. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Just for a second, forget about all the external limits. What could you really, truly achieve if the single biggest obstacle, your own internal programming, was no longer holding you back? What would actually be possible then?
If you're ready to find out the answer to that question, you don't have to figure it all out alone. You can explore this exact mental coaching methodology for yourself. The team at One Basket for All actually offers a free, totally no-pressure discovery call to see if this is the right path for you. It's your chance to start your own ultimate upgrade.